Halloween and horror, served chilled.
Shock Tales.
Welcome into the last bar on the left. Please follow our few simple rules. No roofying the patrons, no touching the dancers, and no puking in the urinals. That's my job. As you stumble in the door, punch the bell, drop kick the subscribe button, and backhand the bell. I'm Baker, and he's Johnny Thunder. We drink, and we know things. What's up, Bubbles?
Yeah, I don't know that we know things. I think we just like to pretend that we know things. That's what we've been doing for, 15, 16 years. But, okay, we'll go with it. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the last bar on the left. As he said, my name is Johnny Thunder. And this time around, I'm serving up a review of M3GAN, or in the immortal words of Mr. Garvey from Mad TV, M3GAN. So this movie is about a newly orphaned young girl who goes to live with her robotic scientist aunt. God, it's just like my life in a way. So the aunt is working on the current most cutting edge version of AI and robotics in the country. She works for this large toy corporation, and she's about to launch her newest project called M3GAN. So the idea is that the toy is the most, the advanced android friend for your child. It's going above and beyond every other toy that's out there on the market. Of course, much like these films always do, there are unintended horrific consequences of having a living, breathing, learning AI as it adapts and becomes more and more murderous and hateful as the film progresses. Squarely within the realm of the crazy antic doll world of film. It's a little more sci-fi thriller than necessarily horror, but there's certainly some horrific elements. Now, I wasn't really going to check this out, but my daughter had a half a day for the MLK holiday weekend, and she was just like, oh my God, my friends and I are laughing how bad this looks. And I was like, you know what? I think it looks really terrible too, so why don't we go? So my daughter and I went to a matinee, and I would say it was a lot better than we both thought. However, we both sat in the back of the theater and sat there and laughed through the entire film at oh my God, I can't believe how ridiculous this is. So it's very predictable. It's nothing that you've never seen before. There's a lot of, as I said, there's some horrific elements. There's a couple of kills. The thing is, it's everything, like I said, it's everything you've already seen before. All of the storylines are kind of telegraphed from a mile away. You've got this bully at the outdoor school. You know what's going to happen there. You've got this crazy neighbor with this hateful dog. You know what's going to happen there. You've got the bullying boss at work. You know what's going to happen there. And then you get just this ridiculous, over-the-top ending that kind of just comes out of nowhere. The little girl is actually pretty unlikable. Even my daughter is 14. She leaned over one point. She's like, oh my God, Dad. She's like, I would give that kid up for adoption or take her out into the woods and just leave her there. I'm like, yeah, pretty much so would I. But it was, the actors were, likable enough. The woman who plays Gemma, the aunt, is the girlfriend from Us. You have the little girl is actually, she played the little girl in Black Widow, and you have the boss who was in Shang-Chi. So there's a couple familiar faces here. Pretty breezy running time. It's about an hour 40. Again, I think it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. If it's still out in your area, you don't have to rush out and catch it. But definitely, if there's nothing on TV on some afternoon and it's on one of the streaming services for free, I would check it out. Now, the good news, I guess, is that they've already greenlit M3GAN 3. It would be 2.0, whatever it is. So it would be
M3GAN?
Yeah, it would be exactly. It would be, maybe she'll be twins in the sequel, but apparently the sequel's already being shot and it's going to come out in 2024.
Because it already grossed over $100 million.
Yeah. So again, PG-13. So there's not a lot of overt craziness, but I said there's a couple nice little chiller scenes. There's one scene in the woods that is simultaneously bizarre, but my daughter and I were just laughing hysterically, and we were the only two in the theater laughing. The theater wasn't crowded necessarily, but my daughter and I were laughing, and a couple times people turned around and looked at us.
You're those people.
Yeah, we were those people. But
You know, I was gonna rush it right out and see this because I was like, this movie looks like right up my alley. But I thought it was about a sex robot gone wild, and then I found out it wasn't. So,
but if you remember specifically, and again, if you want to be a patron here at the last bar on the left, remember our sex robots no longer kill. So just stick to your vajankle, Chris, and you'll be fine. But all in all, it was a good time. I think what they can do is they can definitely ramp it up in the sequel. Like I said, maybe we'll see more dolls. Maybe it'll just be her, just ramped up a little bit. But all in all, it's it's predictable. It's nothing revolutionary, but it was a pretty good way to spend an afternoon with my kids. So.
And you could do worse.
You could definitely do worse, like listening to the show.
I'm going now. Heavens help me.